This woman I married, the love of my life, Catherine Ross, married Catherine Ross. Been going with Catherine since 1970.
Sam Elliott, the voice, the mustache, the legend. For generations, he's been the face of rugged charm and quiet strength. We watched him ride through dusty plains, delivering hard truths with that deep, unmistakable voice. But behind the cowboy hat and calm demeanor lies a story few have heard, one filled with personal battles, shocking rumors, and a deeply emotional confession. Not made to a co-star or a director, but straight from the heart to his fans. This is a side of Sam Elliott the world rarely sees. So stick around as we uncover the truth behind the legend, his challenges, his resilience, and the heartfelt message that brought so many to tears. And if you're someone who loves untold Hollywood stories and the people behind the icons, consider subscribing. It really helps us bring more stories like this your way. Born August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California, Sam's journey to stardom wasn't exactly smooth sailing. His mom Glennie was a former diving champion turned teacher, while his dad Henry worked as a predator control specialist for the Department of Interior. Growing up, Sam spent his formative years in Portland, Oregon, where his love for the outdoors and rugged lifestyle began to shape his character. Even as a teenager, there was something distinctly different about him, a quiet confidence, an old soul quality that seemed to mark him for something beyond ordinary life. When Sam was just 18, his father died of a heart attack, but not before telling his son he had a snowball's chance in hell of making it in Hollywood. Those harsh words would have crushed many young dreamers, but for Sam, they became fuel for a fire that would burn for decades. "My dad died thinking I was a total idiot for wanting to be an actor," Sam once said in a rare vulnerable moment during an interview. "That motivated me. Every rejection, every closed door, I just kept thinking about proving him wrong, though I wish he could have lived to see it happen." Long before he became the icon we know today, Sam was just another guy pouring cement to pay rent, taking odd jobs and struggling to make ends meet like countless other aspiring actors in Los Angeles. There's something profoundly human about imagining Sam Elliott, that Sam Elliott sweating under the California sun, mixing concrete just to keep his dream alive. But sometimes, life throws you a bone when you least expect it. While working construction for a family friend who happened to be an assistant director, Sam got invited to visit a film set, his first real glimpse into the movie world. The experience was transformative, cementing his determination to become part of that world despite the odds stacked against him. "My big break pouring cement," he later joked with that trademark dry humor, but there was truth behind the quip. The connections he made during those humble beginnings would eventually open doors, proving that in Hollywood, as in life, opportunity often comes disguised as hard labor and chance encounters. After studying acting at Clark College in Vancouver, Washington, and later at the University of Oregon, Sam made the bold move to Los Angeles in the late 1960s, determined to carve out his place in an industry that wasn't exactly waiting for him. His first film credit? A card player in 1969, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, with a single line that wasn't even on camera. "I was nothing more than a shadow on a wall," Sam admitted years later. But that tiny role, that mere shadow, meant everything to him. It was proof that his father's prediction was wrong, that maybe, just maybe, there was a place for him in this business after all. From there, he started landing small parts in TV shows like Judd for the Defense, Gunsmoke, and Mission Impossible, gradually building his resume and reputation. Then in 1972, he became the cowboy walker in Falstaff beer commercials, a perfect match for his rugged look and distinctive voice. Those commercials, seemingly insignificant at the time, helped establish the Sam Elliott persona that would eventually become his calling card. They also taught him an important lesson about the business: sometimes the roles that seem smallest can be the ones that define you. Sam has always had a philosophical approach to his career trajectory, understanding that success in Hollywood is rarely a straight line. "Every job matters," he once reflected. "Each role teaches you something, even if it's just how to stand still and look believable while someone else gets all the good lines." Sam's breakthrough finally came in 1975 with I Will Fight No More Forever, where he played Captain Charles Wood in a powerful drama about Chief Joseph and the Nez Perce tribe. The performance showcased his ability to bring depth and humanity to historical figures, a talent that would serve him well throughout his career. The following year, he starred in Lifeguard as Rick Carlson, a Southern California lifeguard confronting his midlife crisis, a role that required him to spend most of the movie shirtless, establishing him as something of a sex symbol, though that was never an image he actively pursued or seemed comfortable with. Critics began to take notice of this actor with the remarkable voice and commanding presence, even if mainstream stardom remained elusive. Not every swing was a hit, though. In 1974, he starred in a TV pilot as a motorcycle racer that CBS promptly shelved, one of many projects throughout his career that failed to gain traction. Years later, when told the pilot was available on YouTube, Sam's response was characteristically blunt: "F me." That's the thing about Sam Elliott that resonates with so many fans: his authenticity, his willingness to acknowledge failures alongside successes. In an industry built on carefully crafted images and spin, Sam's honesty about the bumps along his road feels refreshingly real. The 80s and 90s transformed Sam from a struggling actor into a sought-after character performer with a distinctive niche. He teamed up with Tom Selleck in Western miniseries like The Sacketts, 1979, and The Shadow Riders, 1982, forging a friendship and professional partnership that would span decades. He shared the screen with Sharon Mask, 1985, playing the motorcycle-riding boyfriend with a heart of gold in one of his most emotionally resonant performances. He showed his softer side as a strict but ultimately loving father in Prancer, 1989, a Christmas film that revealed his range beyond the tough guy roles. Throughout this period, Sam consistently delivered performances that elevated whatever material he was given, becoming known as an actor who brought authenticity and gravitas to every project. His work ethic became legendary: always prepared, always professional, always fully committed to the story being told. In 1991, he starred alongside his wife Catherine Ross in Kanagar, based on a Louis L'Amour novel that Sam had personally championed. The project was a labor of love, with Sam serving as co-producer and co-writer in addition to starring, a testament to his deep connection to Western storytelling and his desire to keep the genre alive in an era when Hollywood had largely abandoned it. Then came two iconic roles in 1993 that would further cement his status as the quintessential Western figure: Brigadier General John Buford in Gettysburg and Virgil Earp in Tombstone. In both films, Sam brought historical figures to life with remarkable subtlety and power, making the past feel immediate and relevant. But perhaps his most culturally significant moment from the 90s was his brief but unforgettable appearance in The Big Lebowski, 1998. As the stranger, a cowboy-style narrator who bookends the film, Sam's deep voice and easygoing delivery made the character instantly iconic with just a few minutes of screen time. His opening monologue about the dude fitting right in there became one of the most quoted passages in modern cinema, and introduced Sam to a whole new generation of fans who might never have seen his Western work. The role demonstrated Sam's self-awareness and willingness to play with his own image, qualities that would serve him well as his career continued to evolve in unexpected directions. Sometimes the smallest parts leave the biggest impressions, Sam reflected years later. I've had leading roles that nobody remembers and 5-minute cameos that people quote back to me 20 years later. Sam Elliott isn't just Westerns, though his cowboy persona might be his most recognizable calling card. He played tough Sergeant Major Basil Plumley in We Were Soldiers, 2002, bringing quiet dignity to a real-life military hero. He took on the role of General Thaddeus Ross in Ang Lee's Hulk, 2003, proving he could step into the world of comic book adaptations without losing his essential Sam-ness. He even voiced Ben the Cow in the animated film Barnyard, 2006, demonstrating that his distinctive vocal talents could bring charm and character to family entertainment. Parks and Recreation fans will remember him as Ron Dunn, the laid-back, nature-loving counterpart to Nick Offerman's Ron Swanson, a small role that allowed Sam to showcase his deadpan comic timing. These diverse projects revealed Sam's versatility and his understanding that a long career requires adaptation and evolution. Unlike many actors who become trapped in a particular type of role, Sam has managed to honor his iconic image while continuously expanding its boundaries. "I've never wanted to be typecast," he once explained, "but I'd be a fool not to recognize what brings me to the dance. The trick is finding fresh ways to approach familiar territory." After decades in Hollywood, most actors fade into the background, relegated to supporting roles or forced into retirement by an industry fixated on youth. Not Sam. In 2017, the hero put him back in the spotlight, playing an aging Western star looking back on his life while facing a cancer diagnosis, a role that felt tailor-made for this stage of his career. The performance earned him some of the best reviews of his life, with critics noting the poignant parallels between the character and the man himself. As one reviewer put it, "Elliott is perfect here. The hero wraps up everything you admire about him in one performance." Then came 2018's A Star Is Born, where he played Bobby Maine, the older brother to Bradley Cooper's troubled musician. His powerful performance, particularly in a heart-wrenching scene where he confronts his brother about his addiction, finally earned him his first Oscar nomination at age 74, proof that in Hollywood, sometimes the most deserving recognition comes to those who simply refuse to give up. "I think the thing off the top of my head might be it's about effing time," Sam said about the nomination with characteristic candor. Fans couldn't agree more. In 2022, he appeared in 1883, the Yellowstone prequel, playing Shea Brennan, a tough wagon master leading travelers through harsh western terrain. The role won him a Screen Actors Guild Award and introduced him to yet another generation of viewers. Even after all his years in Hollywood, Sam Elliott was still making his mark, still finding new emotional depths to explore on screen. The secret to his endurance? Perhaps it's his fundamental understanding that acting isn't about being the center of attention or the biggest star. It's about serving the story, about bringing humanity to every moment, about honoring the truth of the character. "I never set out to be a movie star," he once said. "I just wanted to work, to be part of stories worth telling. Everything else is just good fortune." Sam's love story with actress Catherine Ross is one for the books, a Hollywood romance that has endured when so many others have faltered. They first crossed paths in 1969 on the set of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, where she was the leading lady and he was just a glorified extra. The chemistry wasn't immediate, at least not openly. "I didn't dare try to talk to her," he admitted years later, revealing a surprising shyness from a man who projects such confidence on screen. Nearly a decade later, they reunited as co-stars in 1978's horror film The Legacy. After Ross's fourth marriage ended in 1979, she and Sam finally connected romantically, eventually marrying in 1984. Their secret to lasting over 40 years in Hollywood? "We have a common sensibility, but we also work at being together," Sam revealed in a rare comment about their private life. "You work past the stuff. You don't walk away from it." That commitment to weathering storms together rather than giving up at the first sign of trouble reflects the same steadfast character Sam brings to his professional life, a quality increasingly rare in both Hollywood and the wider world. Despite bizarre internet death hoaxes in 2019 and 2023, a strange but increasingly common phenomenon for beloved celebrities, Sam Elliott is very much alive and working. He's joining Season 2 of Landman on Paramount+, reuniting with 1883 creator Taylor Sheridan, a partnership that seems to bring out the best in both the actor and the writer. After more than 50 years in Hollywood, Sam has built a reputation people respect and a career worth celebrating. Financial success has come too, with an estimated net worth around $20 million, but it was never about the money for him. "I've never done a job for money," he told The Guardian in a moment of characteristic candor. "It's not about working for money. It's about what's on the page." That's Sam Elliott in a nutshell, a man who values honesty, hard work, and staying true to himself above all else. No wonder we can't get enough of him. What makes Sam Elliott special isn't just the cowboy hats or that unforgettable voice, it's the authentic man behind them. In an industry built on illusion and manipulation, Sam Elliott is simply himself, no pretense, no manufactured persona, just a straight-talking professional who shows up, does the work, and goes home. At 80 years old, he continues to captivate audiences, not because he's trying to be something he's not, but because he's never stopped being exactly who he is. And that, as they say, makes all the difference. In a world increasingly dominated by fleeting fame and manufactured celebrities, Sam Elliott stands as a reminder of what stardom used to mean: not just visibility, but substance. Not just popularity, but integrity. Whether he's playing a cowboy, a military man, or just himself in interviews, the common thread is authenticity, a quality that never goes out of style, even in Hollywood.